Blox Fruits after 11 months has still not updated and randomly stopped giving us previews to updates, whereas Rell Seas has actually been giving us quite a lot of previews to their upcoming game, which is going to be coming out in 2025 or even earlier. And when Rell Seas drops, it might actually kill Blox Fruits forever. Of course, we know that Blox Fruits is redoing the entire game right now and working on their rework update because of One Piece. Obviously, because of the One Piece game, which is coming out in December, they have to redo quite a lot of things, and the company itself actually made Blox Fruits want to stop update because this update has basically been in the works for an entire year, and this might end up actually being the winter update part 2 as well as the rework update all together in one, making this the biggest update in Roblox's history for any Roblox game to ever get. And with the One Piece of Netflix's game failing and actually dying out, could we see the new One Piece game doing better than Rell Seas and Blox Fruits? Now, of course, right now the way Blox Fruit looks, it's basically like an old-ish type game, and obviously the reason a lot of people hate Blox Fruits is because it looks very outdated and it looks like it doesn't even deserve the top spot. But what people don't realize is that this game is actually very fun once you level up all the way to max level and get all of the fruits in the game. The PvP system and everything is very good in this game, but when the rework update comes out, Blox Fruits is gonna look entirely different. Which makes me wonder, if Blox Fruits is revamping the entire game during December or even next year, and if Blox Fruits is really gonna look entirely different from what it is right now, will it look better than Rell Seas? Because at the same time, yes, Blox Fruits has to redo the entire game, but while they're doing this, they're making sure that Rell Seas does not surpass them. Now, of course, we all know the Netflix One Piece game that came out, and it was obviously very horrible. This new One Piece game, though, is looking like it's actually gonna be an entire arena and an open world One Piece game. And if it's by the official One Piece game and it's taking this long all the way to December to release, then it definitely has to be good. I don't think they'll succeed in taking down Blox Fruits for copyright, but they'll make sure they at least compete with Blox Fruits to surpass them. And definitely promotional things, Roblox will promote the One Piece game a lot more than Blox Fruits. Rell Seas has actually been looking very good in terms of gameplay, UI, and everything. A lot of the things that we've been asking the Blox Fruit admins to do, Rell Seas has actually been doing it. Overall, it looks a lot better, it looks more high quality, and since Blox Fruits clearly knows what Rell Seas is, they might actually be redoing the game and polishing it up way better for One Piece as well as for Rell Seas. So while Rell Seas is out here releasing previews, Blox Fruits is out here also releasing previews and basically showing each other what they have going on right now. So in a way, Blox Fruits and Rell Seas are actually already competing with each other without even letting each other know. Basically what I mean is, Blox Fruits Chapter 2 has not come out, Rell Seas has not come out, and without them releasing anything, there's competing by posting previews about their game to see which game has more hype, and still Blox Fruits has more hype right now, while making sure their game starts to look better than Rell Seas itself. And when I say Blox Fruits is getting an entire rework, a lot of the weapons, fruits, the maps, everything is basically getting revamped. We're basically getting a Chapter 2 update essentially. And with Rell Seas coming, Rell Seas versus Blox Fruits will be the biggest two games on the entire platform that'll also be competing with each other. Since Blox Fruits will look entirely different, we're basically going to be getting two completely brand new games in 2025, which is going to be a lot of content for us, knowing that we've been waiting for an entire year for a Blox Fruits update or even any of these games to update. Not only that, we're also getting the brand new One Piece game. Which of these three games are going to win the competition and which one will come on top? But what's really annoying is that Blox Fruits probably just started working on this update. Let me explain. The One Piece game company announced around September that they're going to be releasing a brand new game, which is officially by One Piece. Blox Fruits, of course, started releasing previews to the update around August. The only reason they started also doing it is because they won the Roblox Innovation Awards and promised us that they'd release more previews if they won. And that is what they started working on the rework update, which is why we might not even get this update during December where it was initially supposed to come out. Everyone thinks this is a part 2 to the winter update for Blox Fruits, but it actually may not be that way anymore. Of course, we were supposed to get the part 2 update a few months later after part 1 of Blox Fruits' winter update, and we never got it due to the fact that there was a lot of delays with the copyright issues. A lot of the dev teams have been very slow, and as well as in school. But what annoys me is that they might have just started working on this update and actually going crazy hard working on it, and did not actually start working on this last year when they were supposed to. A lot of the dev team right now are on break, and they actually said a couple months back that this update is going to be coming soon, but this alone was so many months ago.
Tell us, listen, the next next update is going to be coming very shortly. I know. Hold on. Stop yelling at me. Stop yelling. Don't dislike the video. I'm sorry. I know it's not the answer you want. That's the only answer I can give. I'm sorry that you all have to be waiting for this update, but things just happen and get in the way between the developers, which kind of causes for these long delays. But this next update and the one shortly after will be huge. They're going to be huge. They're going to be ginormous. Everything's going to be changing in this game. So there's a lot in store for you guys. Just stay tuned. Just hold on for a little bit longer.
Half of them may not be working as fast as we want them to, which means that the One Piece game will definitely come out in December of this year, but Rell Seas as well as Blox Fruits' rework update may be delayed until 2025, maybe of January or even later. But I think Blox Fruits is doing this for a reason. They know that Rell Seas is releasing in 2025 around January, so Blox Fruits probably wants to release their rework update around the exact same time that Rell Seas releases their brand new game. Because when Rell Seas releases their new game, of course it's gonna easily beat Blox Fruits in player count, but not only is it gonna beat it in player count, it'll definitely become way more popular than Blox Fruits altogether. So I think what Blox Fruits is trying to do is obviously polish up the game, make sure they completely rework the game to the max, and make sure they bring as much content as they can to the game before Rell Seas drops. Because when Rell Seas drops, it'll obviously have all the attention. And then Blox Fruits will release their rework update, bringing back players back to Blox Fruits from Rell Seas, which will be huge. And this is how Rell Seas versus Blox Fruits will truly begin. And I think this is what Blox Fruits has been going by, and that's why we have not received this update, because Blox Fruits is being very cautious and they're actually waiting for Rell Seas to release before they drop their update, which is honestly very smart, but it's horrible for the community because we've been waiting for basically an entire year for an update. We still today have not gotten anything. And the developers as well stopped giving us previews entirely. Could they actually be scared that Rell Seas is copying Blox Fruits or Blox Fruits is copying Rell Seas? Could both sides actually be scared of each other and are just waiting for one side to release their update? Maybe Rell Seas is actually waiting on Blox Fruits to release their rework update so that they can take more time on their game to perfect their game to beat Blox Fruits. Both of these games right now are in massive competition, and it'll only get bigger by 2025. And at 1,000 likes, I'll actually show off previews to another game that's going to be coming out that actually looks a lot better than Rell Seas and Blox Fruits combined. And of course right now I can't show it off or I'll get in trouble. If Blox Fruits looks way better than Rell Seas, then all the work that the Rell Seas team has put into the game itself will probably go to waste. But hopefully it's not the case, because Rell Seas has actually been putting a lot of effort. They've been hiring new developers to hurry up the process of finishing the game. And if Rell Seas doesn't release any earlier, then the hype for both of these games could fall out. But it's looking like 2025, Roblox is going to change forever, with both of these games becoming the biggest and most influential games on the entire platform. And once again, these games will fully take over Roblox, and it's going to be really fun to see which game comes out on top. An entirely brand new game, Rell Seas or Blox Fruits Chapter 2 of the rework update.